Hello everyone, let's start solving numericals based on uniform acceleration motion now. Let's read the given question carefully and as usual write down the given information and also write down what we have to find out in this question. Bullet leaves rifle with velocity of 521 meter per second while accelerating through the barrel of rifle. The bullet moves a distance of 0.840 meters. Determine the acceleration of bullet. Assume uniform acceleration. So here it is already mentioned in the question, we have to consider uniform acceleration. Even if it is not mentioned, from the description itself we can understand that the bullet before it is getting fired must be at rest, and when it is coming out of the barrel after traveling the length of the barrel, which is 0.840, is having velocity 521 meter per second. So from 0 to 521 meter per second there is increase in the velocity, so there has to be constant acceleration given to the bullet when it is fired, right? So it is a uniform acceleration motion. We have initial velocity 0 meter per second, the final velocity is given 521, and the length of the barrel itself is the distance traveled by the distance traveled by the bullet, 0.840 meters. Our aim is to find out constant acceleration. After knowing these parameters u, v and s, we are asked to find out constant acceleration a. So we know there are only three formulae for uniform acceleration motion for solving the numericals. V equals to u plus at. Second is s equals to ut plus half at square, and the third one v square equals to u square plus 2as, where all the symbols have their usual meaning. So if we are asked to find out acceleration a, of course we can use all the three equations, but with the given parameters u, v and s, which equation we can choose? Of course the third equation can be chosen for finding out the acceleration, because we don't know the time t. We cannot use equation number 1 and equation number 2. That is how you are going to judge with the given information. You are going to see what exactly we have to calculate, and with the given data which equation can be utilized for solving the numerical. That is a simple trick, and just substitute the values and find out the answer for the required acceleration, and it is 1.615 into 10 raised to 5 meter per second square. Whatever answer you are going to get, it's a very big number. I have written it in the in terms of multiplier of 10 raised to 5. So you can adjust that decimal point and you can rewrite the answer. Even if you write the answer without 10 raised to 5 power, the first answer itself, that is also a valid answer. Let's go to the next question. A car accelerates from rest at 1 meter per second square for 20 seconds along a straight road. It then moves at a constant speed of half an hour. Then it deaccelerates uniformly to stop in 30 seconds. Find the total distance covered by the car. So now here while reading the questions, we can clearly see that there are three different phases. There are three different ways in which the car is moving. First, for the first 20 seconds, the car is accelerating from rest at 1 meter per second square. That means we have certain constant acceleration a, 1 meter per second square for 20 seconds while the car has started from rest, that is initial velocity 0. So using uniform acceleration motion for the first 20 seconds, we can say that the distance traveled by the car in first 20 seconds is going to be 200 meters. For that I am using the second equation of uniform acceleration motion, right? We can use only this for finding out s, because we don't know how much is the final velocity yet. At the end of the 20th second, how much is the velocity, that can be found by equation v equals to, rather the first equation v equals to u plus at. Now why are we calculating this velocity? Right, because at the end of the 20th second, whatever velocity is going to be there for the particle, that is going to become initial velocity for the next phase of motion of the particle. We said that there are three different phases in which the particle is moving. The first was for 20 minutes uniform acceleration motion. After that, the car moves at a constant speed for half an hour. So after 20 seconds for 30 minutes, that is for half an hour, the car is moving with constant speed. Constant speed, that is constant velocity itself. Constant velocity means uniform velocity motion. And we know for uniform velocity motion, distance traveled is calculated as velocity into time. So using that formula, in the second phase, the distance traveled by the particle over the time of half an hour is 30 minutes. We have converted it into seconds. So these many seconds is this is the time for which the car has traveled with uniform velocity. So the distance traveled is 20, which is velocity of the car throughout that half an hour into the time, and that comes out 36,000 meters. Right now we are not converting this value to kilometers, even though it is a big number, because we want to add up all those three displacements in each phase, and then the total displacement will be our answer. Once this half an hour of the uniform velocity motion will be over, then the car deaccelerates uniformly to stop in 30 seconds. So now for the final 30 seconds, the car is going to deaccelerate. So and it is going to stop. The final velocity is 0. What will be the initial velocity of the car? Again, whatever was the constant velocity of the car in the second phase, that itself will become the initial velocity of the car in the third phase. So 20 meter per second is the velocity of the car, which is the initial velocity of the car for the final uniform acceleration motion. And we have deceleration. It is the acceleration is going to be negative because the velocity is going to get decreased, and finally we want the car to stop. Velocity should be 0, and this has to happen over the time of 30 seconds. Now for finding out that uniform acceleration, rather in the question we have to find out the distance traveled, but without calculating the acceleration we cannot find out the distance traveled. Wherever in the equations S, the distance traveled, is involved, we need to know acceleration as well. Whether it is equation number 2 or equation number 3, in both equations, for finding out S, the distance traveled, A, uniform acceleration is necessary. So first let's calculate that uniform acceleration using the first equation, v equals to u plus at, and we get that acceleration as minus 0.667. Negative answer of the acceleration represent, it has to be deceleration. Velocity is decreasing throughout the motion, which is also described in the question. And then after knowing the acceleration, knowing initial, final velocity and time also, for finding out the distance traveled, let's use the equation S equals to ut plus half at square. Substitute the values. Remember here, don't forget to use the negative sign of acceleration and substitute it over here, and your answer for the third phase, where the particle is reducing its speed continuously, that comes out 299.85. Now for the entire journey of the car over these three different phases, we have to find out the total distance traveled. So of course we have to add displacement of each and every phase, all the three phases, and then we are going to get the total distance traveled. So S1 plus S2 plus S3, that is going to give us the total distance traveled, which comes out 36,499.85 meters. Converting it into kilometers, that will be 36.49 kilometers, and that is our answer. We'll continue and solve few more questions based on uniform acceleration motion in the coming lecture. Thank you.